welcome back. It is Into Thin Air here. It is 8:27 p.m. on March 31st. As you can see here, one more day till April Fool's Day. But this is no joke. I want you guys to look at something really quick. Over the last week, as I've been getting back into making videos here, we've been talking about earthquakes more than anything. A week ago now, we had that strong Utah earthquake, and then it was followed by a major 7.8 earthquake that struck the Ring of Fire in the western area of the Pacific Ocean. Technically Russia, it was declared, but it was out in the ocean a bit, set off some tsunami buoys. As of right now, guys, we have just had a 6.5. That is one of the biggest earthquakes to ever strike the state of Idaho. And yes, this is Idaho right now. It says 10 kilometers in depth. I've looked at a few different sites, and I've talked to my buddy Chris, who sends me a lot of this information. This is a little more shallow than 10 kilometers. We're talking 1 to 2 miles, maybe 3 miles in depth as far as this goes. Now, I went to the If You Felt It part of this website. You can see here well over 1,500 people have already done that. If I click refresh right now, we're definitely going to see a much higher number. We are now pushing 6,500 people to have already reported feeling this, and this just happened mere minutes ago, guys. So this is pretty serious. With its distance to Yellowstone National Park, which is about 200 miles to the east of the epicenter of where this earthquake was, that is very close to Yellowstone, which is the biggest supervolcano basically on planet Earth. And a lot of people that are into this type of thing, seismic activity, and those of you that follow those types of channels know very much so that Yellowstone is always a threat to the United States, whether there is activity going on or not. Also, looking at some of the tweets and posts that have already been put out about this, we can see the USGS has put out a post talking about it's a prelim post, 6.5 earthquake, southern Idaho, March 31st. I believe this was it was north of Boise, Idaho. I'm pretty sure. Now, there's also something else interesting I want to show you about this. I mentioned that this is one of the biggest earthquakes to ever strike Idaho. In fact, the biggest one was the Bora Peak earthquake in 1983. This was a 6.9. So we're talking a 6.5 to a 6.7 happening right now. We have not seen anything like this since around this time, 1983, and that was a big earthquake that actually caused some deaths. I believe there's 1 or 2 deaths involved with it. Now, if we look at Google Earth once again here, let me get this out of the way. This is how far away it is from Yellowstone National Park, which is right in this area, and then we move right to the west where the coordinates of this earthquake took place, and we're about 220 miles away. So let me get this out of the way quick. And now that we're looking at it from a higher view, you can kind of see the overall area that this took place in. So we got the western area of Wyoming here, northern area of Utah. Again, this is where that's the other 6.0 plus higher. It was ranged in the 5s too. There was different readings on it, happened right here. And now a week later, we have this earthquake, this 6.5 to 6.7 taking place in the Idaho area. Now let's see exactly. I didn't mean the Idaho area. I mean the Salmon River Mountain area, which is part of Idaho, for those of you that don't know. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying, well, it looks like it's in the mountains, not near anything. But if you back out and you take an earthquake of this size, I'm telling you right now, all these areas felt it. This is Boise here. We got Twin Falls, Pocatello here, and then Idaho Falls, this like horseshoe-looking area where all these little cities are and stuff like that. They have all had reports of seeing this, and there very well might be damage reported due to how shallow this earthquake was. So this thing is no joke. This is going down in the history books for sure, being that the largest ever was a 6.9. Okay, sorry about the audio there. I had to stop for a second just to check exactly where this was felt. Now, here's a little article from KIRO 7, which is a local area or a local station in that area near Challis, Idaho. 6.5 magnitude earthquake has reportedly hit central Idaho. The quake was felt in Boise, around 100 miles from the epicenter, 44 miles west of Challis, Idaho. So not too far where this other big earthquake in 1983 took place. In fact, they're pretty similar areas, whether there's a specific fault line in that area or not. The scary part about this is how close it is to Yellowstone, and also the earthquake that took place in Utah on top of it. So really quick, we'll check out the website once again, get exact coordinates for it so you guys can check it out if you want to. And really quick, we'll check out the feeling report again. We'll click refresh one more time. All right, now we're at 6,300 people. So many, many people reporting feeling this quake. And here is the actual map. You can see right here clearly. We've had a couple other ones to the east of this quake. Those were a little earlier. This one just took place here actually while we were making this video in Nevada. 2.7, no big deal. But we definitely want to keep an eye on this area, especially the fact that this was so shallow, guys. This is very important. It's going to be covered by a lot of channels on here, I'm sure, but I wanted to jump on and get you guys the info as soon as possible. So in conclusion, here we go. 6.5 they're calling it, 72 kilometers west of Chalice, Idaho. This is 10 kilometers in depth. I feel like it's a little more shallow than that, 1 to 2 miles, maybe 3. Felt in many places. If you want the coordinates, they are right here. I'll post them in a description box for those of you that want to check it out. But I will be getting some weather videos out to you guys soon, just trying to get my my feet back in the water, so to say, here. And we'll be back at it as a normal schedule once things calm down outside of here. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I just refuse to even say it. But I hope everyone's safe out there, especially on the West Coast. Keep an eye on this. Stay safe, stay together, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Any updates on damage or power outages, I will jump on and let you all know. All right, have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.